actually carry out geophysical survey in so many states in the country.
Politically, in 1987, that was when we do what you now call the zero-party election.
The things you use to earn money are there. It's just for you to know how to think of developing them.
Representing the people is you being a trustee of dividend of democracy to the people. The people are the beneficiaries.
The state now, the environment is quite friendly. The foundation has been laid for even foreign investors, other investors within the Nigerian economy to come in.
So I was saying now the state government and the local government are not aware of these revenue channels.
They are not. Quote me. I said they are not. If they are aware, they should show us the scientific way they calculated the money they were getting from rating, from the pipelines crisscrossing our state, from the leeways, all the electricity lines crisscrossing our states, all the gas pipelines, or whatever they have, what they are getting from them.
Okay. So let's come back to you. You went to America, came back, and started working with Adebi.
I started in Adebi Ishuda Kanko.
Okay. How do you translate your working experiences? You stayed abroad for a while.
Yes.
You work in World Bank, and also I'm sure you work with some
World Bank under Federal Mortgage Bank, and World Bank had a project, and I worked under that. Federal Mortgage Bank.
Have you been able to translate your experiences to your practice?
I have. You find out from my colleagues or the world. I'm a specialist plant and machinery valuer. One of the foremost in practice. I have over the years done this. I have been involved in doing plant and machinery valuation. AMCON, Asset Management Company of Nigeria. I was the one involved, the lead coordinator, managing over 275 estate surveying firms, coordinating their practice, what they do. You know what happened, why AMCON came into being. Because when most of the banks went bellied up, they needed people to assess, to look at their assets. And I was called in because of my wealth of experience in property valuation and plant and machinery valuation in particular. I helped to value virtually most of the processing plants that one way or the other had issues, financial issues. I did the same for power plants and generating power generating plants. And of course, a lot of steel mills. Delta Steel Mill is one of them, and other small rolling plants to value them in conformity with international valuation standards, which I happen to be a member of an association called International Property Plant and Machinery Valuers, IVCPM. We are numero uno in the world in plant and machinery, and I help to put all those together. And I would say, by the grace of God, most of all those companies, power plants and whatever, they are all back to business because of what we did behind what they call it, behind the scene, because you don't notice us, but what we do is what inform most decisions, the financial decisions they take, taking care of their financial challenges. I have also, along the line, because of the training that I have, as I said, I have an ASA, which is the foremost qualification in plant and machinery valuation. I've been able to go around the world with my associates in the world in plant and machinery to teach and interact with them on plant and machinery. I did that in Japan severally. I did that in Australia. I did that in New Zealand, of course, in the American Nigerian club, to help in making sure that valuers that understand plant and machinery do what they have to do when it comes to that.
What happened to the Delta steel rolling mill? I mean, you mentioned it, but up to now it's moribund.
Okay. I will say, first of all, while I was doing that valuation, I was weeping. That particular plant is sufficient to transform that part of Delta State and beyond. And the wealth that would have come out, or should come out from that particular thing, would have been an enormous one to support our society. However, that machine suffered from what we call inutility in my profession. Inutility is where you design an asset to produce a particular volume of, churn out a particular volume of product.
Yes.
However, where that particular asset cannot produce even 10% of it, it is called inutility. It is, technically speaking, I can just use the word, it's underutilized, but we don't call it underutilization. That particular equipment lying there has not been utilized up to 20% of its capacity. That particular equipment, that particular plant has all it takes, starting from raw material management to final production of billets. Those equipments, I feel very bad. I feel very, very poorly when I want to talk about that place. Because as I said earlier, I wept all through. I was doing my job, but I was weeping. Because what we have there is from A to Z. We have a mini wharf or jetty. We have a complete water plant. When I mean complete water plant, we have complete power plant. We have enormous raw material management equipment. We have fantastic transportation system running from Itakpe up to that point. We have residential real estate.
Yes.
In short, we have, it's a comprehensive plant. The plants they designed them that were built, the similar plants that were built in the world at the time that one was built have gone to different stages. You see Mosbat or so somewhere, Mosbat or so somewhere in Egypt, around that area. Similar. They were all similar. But there were some fundamental issues that did not allow that big wealth creator not to do what it was supposed to do. First of all, we have issues with siltation. Therefore, the type of ships that will get to that place are limited because the draft is not adequate to allow big ships to bring raw material. And interestingly, as I said, that plant was designed to utilize raw materials coming from Calabar, coming from western part of the country, to help the production of peanuts.
Would you attribute that to political reasoning?
I will not. There is everything you do, there is politics in it. But at a point, you should look beyond. Politics is addressing human challenges.
Right.
We only need to think back with sincerity to crack up that place. We have all it takes. Unfortunately, one of the people that were trained, the last Dr. Egbo, may his soul rest in peace, he was trained in that methodological processing. And some of his colleagues, because they trained a lot of people, the manpower that that particular place threw up was something else. And of course, thanks to Brume of blessed memory. And I think that we do not need to shout that we are looking for, what do they call them? Business partners or investors, core investors. What we need most is sincerity. If we go back to that plant and solve some of its basic issues, it will still be a wonderful wealth creator.
Your ideal delta state with all the human and natural resources we have.
My ideal delta state is for us to be better than the big cities in the world because we have all it takes. We need to be like New York, Hong Kong, Dallas, because where we are is virtually at the heart of the Federation. We have good transportation networks. To have a good transportation network, i.e., we had a rail line almost cutting the states into two to make sure that the fallout of that rail transportation is trapped in Delta State. And interestingly, we have a very big market in West Africa, Onitsha market, bothering us. We have seaports all around us.
We have 4 seaports we're not using.
Those seaports around us, that's where politics comes in. We have to play the politics to make sure that they are all functional. Because if they are all functional, there will be a lot of drop-off in my state. And those drop-offs have multiplier effects in creating more wealth within our envelope. We have 2 airports in Delta State, but most people don't know.
Yes.
Or call it 3, if you want to call it 3. That's a very wonderful transportation route. Is to make sure Asaba is, we all know the effect of what Asaba is doing. Not only to Delta State, but to the neighboring states. Head or tail, those people drop things off when they are leaving Delta State. And when they come in, they will bring things in terms of hotel accommodation. We have all it takes to make my state better than New York and any other place. The most important of these assets or resources is the human and their redevelopment, their retraining and training. I can't say I'm in love with my governor, but I should. What he has done in terms of setting educational infrastructures in place. We will repeat. We will repeat. We have over 5 universities, correct me if I'm right or wrong.
We have 5 universities.
We have more than 5 public universities in Nigeria.
Okay.
I know about Delta State University in Abo.
Yes.
Awalero. You understand? We have Osaji University in Asaba. We have Ozoro University of Science and Technology University. We have one in Abraka. We have another university in Koko or Marine.
Yes, Marine
University.
Yes,
Technically speaking, we have over 5 universities. I know that we have over 9 technical colleges. Those technical colleges, as far as I'm concerned, they are universities. The one I walked through the one that is in Asaba. As a developer and somebody that loves education, I couldn't believe myself and shout, where is this thing? How did you do it? And if this technical, I've not called the polytechnics, or Ogwashiwu Polytechnic and all their likes, I've not called about polytechnics. If all these educational institutions that are in our state, they will produce, they will change minds of our people.
So your ideal Delta State will be what? Let's capsulate all you say. Your ideal Delta State will be what?
My ideal state, Delta State, is a place where that will encourage Deltans to be in Deltas, and the ones that outside want to planning or coming back home to help develop the state. A secured Delta State, which we have, and peaceful Delta State. A state that wealth creation is abound. A state where movement, transportation, moving from one point of the state to the other is easily accessible. And a place where health care will be next to nothing. That we even call it, we call medical tourism center. And above all, a state where we will be God-fearing.
Paul Osaji, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Wow, so much said about Paul Osaji. This individual has supervised and executed star projects in Delta State. Well, to be part of your personality program, it's important you follow, subscribe to our different social media handles right on your screen. On behalf of the producer and the entire production crew, I said thank you for riding with us on this particular edition of Delta Scope. My name is Isioma Adigwe. See you next week.